My name is Shannon. Sorry, y'all got a view of just nature. This is my first official YouTube video. I've made a few, but just little family clips. I'm not showing my face. First off, my camera's broken. The one that would look at me. I'm not exactly. I don't like being on video. The whole reason I'm making this video is because I have been struggling. My family and I have been struggling for a few years now, especially the last 4 since the beginning of 2020. But truly, we've been struggling since 2013 when my husband was hit by a car. He was a pedestrian, and some drunken 21-year-olds decided to be speeding and drinking and put my husband in a coma for 6 weeks. He had to have multiple surgeries. This happened back in 2013. At that time, I was an at-home mom with 2 little kids. My biggest baby was 2 weeks into kindergarten, just starting school. He's now 16. It's been rough. I've never given up on my family, and we've remained together through all of this. It's been very rough. My husband had to have multiple surgeries. He broke over 57 bones in his body, 27 in just his left leg below his knee. He had to have his whole left foot reconstructed. He fought a blood infection. He had to be hooked up to a pump. I lost him a couple times. I'm sorry if this video is all over. I'm just trying to get my story out. Our economy sucks. And my family is cold hard proof that the way people are being done is not okay. It's not right. I do everything right. My husband and I do everything right. We don't lie to the government. We don't try to cheat through life. And here we are, homeless, without a car. No one to turn to. The government has turned their back on us. I even had, when I first became homeless, my home caved in from water damage. My husband was facing kidney dialysis at that time. This is 4 years ago. I had no one to turn to. I turned to the school and asked them for help, and they turned me into CPS. They said I was a misfit or an unfit parent. I went after the school for that. I got a teacher fired. I had CPS come after me once again. But this is before the home completely fell apart. I asked them for help. They gave me some resources. When my home did cave in, and the police helped me, the South Lyon police had helped us and got us put up in a motel. I was stuck there for a year. The man took advantage of anyone that stayed in this motel in South Lyon. He took advantage of them because we were all homeless. Whatever our story was, we were all there homeless, and he made us pay $400 to $420 a week. Therefore, we could never get out. I was stuck there for a year and a half, or just shy of a year and a half. And then he wanted to toss us out because we all came together, and me and my husband rode 5 miles on a bike to go get hot dogs and hamburgers for all us. We all pulled together, the several people that were living in this motel pulled together to have a good Memorial Day. You know, me and my husband, we biked it. We like, so we could get the food for everybody, because all of us are there homeless, no vehicles or anything. So we offered to do it, because half of them are elderly. The owner comes back and he sees us taking our stuff down, our American flag and everything. He's not happy. He's from India. We don't allow that here. We don't want this here. And it's America. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to celebrate. We weren't shooting off fireworks. We weren't drinking. We didn't have money for alcohol. We gathered pop bottles and stuff to just buy hamburgers and hot dogs so all of us homeless people could eat. He wanted us out. So I had a woman that I knew through someone I went to church with, and she offered my family a roof. Basically, a completely furnished home. 3 bedrooms, I was paying her rent and stuff. She wanted us to live a certain way. She wanted me to do things a certain way. And she said, well, I'm helping you. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You need to do things my way. Long story short, we didn't stand up to her standards, and I wanted out. She wanted us out faster. So we went to another motel or a hotel, and I was stuck there with the impression that I was getting help from someone with a vehicle. I had someone say, hey, I'll give you a vehicle. All you got to do is pay for the title. And I'm like, great, that's awesome. As soon as I'm homeless, stranded out in a town 10 miles away from my work, they decide, guess what? I don't want to give you the truck now. So I'm stuck at a hotel paying $120 a night. And I'm having to beg churches to help us to sleep there each night after my paycheck is gone in a week. Can't go to work for 2.5 weeks. I have to give up my dream job. And I know it might not seem like nothing to anybody else, but I love my job at the Bushes. I was the bakery specialist. I ran that. They all loved my work. I'm one hell of a worker. I'm one of those workers you can't replace. But after all of that, this was back in November when this happened, when I had to forfeit my job because I couldn't get to it, and I have no one to help me. No one to help me, not even to get back and forth. So after finally digging and searching, I finally find someone we knew from 10 years ago and begged them, said, hey, is there a way we could stay there just till we get on our feet? She needed the help, and she said, yeah. Biggest mistake. I did not know. It's been 10 years since we last talked to her. I did not know the kind of crap she got into. I did not know she was abusing alcohol and Xanaxes, and I got myself into a trap. This woman is psychotic. I'm trying to get my family out of here. She's claiming all sorts of lies. She's stealing my stuff. She's tormenting my family. I need to get out. I just want to get back to Whitmore Lake. That's all my family and I want. We just want to be home. We just want to go home. We have nobody. His mom is gone. His siblings are gone. They've passed away. He's got one brother who just up and just left, but he has nothing either. I have nobody. My family's alive, but I don't remember the last time I talked to them. They struggled too. My mom is a hermit. She doesn't like talking with people, and I get it. No hate towards her. I love her to death. But I'm tired of this struggle. I'm so tired of all of this. I don't want anyone to give me handouts. I just want a hand up. I just want someone to say, here, I'll give you a chance. Here's a place to rent. I work. I can pay. Hell, at this point, I don't know. I have faith. That's the only thing that's kept me from falling apart completely, is I know God's got a purpose. I know there's something good has got to come out of this. I've grown a lot in the last 4 or 5 years. Last 6 years, really. God has brought me to my knees. He has humbled me. Not that I was a bad person, but I did need to change. He's really worked on my family. I just wish someone would give us a chance. Let me prove to you that that we're good people. We're not bad people. We're just struggling. I went so long without food stamps. When I was homeless, when I first became homeless, they cut my food stamps off. They didn't give me a reason. I had to wait 2 months. Yes, I got that worker fired. She lost her license. I took the Southfield office in Michigan to court and won and got a worker her license revoked because they decided to neglect me, as the judge said. You said that they were extremely neglectful. They cut me off, would not give me a reason why, starved my family for 3 months, so they had to pay me back, and the woman lost her job. But during that time, as I'm fighting with this office, telling them I want my food stamps back, I didn't do nothing wrong, whatever, everything and anything under the moon, I gave them. And they said, well, if you just didn't have your husband in the home. I'm telling you right now, people, the government wants single mothers. They highly encourage it. They do not help the nuclear family. They look down on the men. They look down on a complete family. And this is no shot against the single moms. This is no shot against broken families. I come from a broken family, and I tell you what, me and my husband are one hell of people being from broken families. There's nothing wrong with a broken family except for the fact that the government is encouraging it. They want broken families because the more separated, the more divided as people are, the easier we are to control. They have even gone as far as admitting that women are easier to control when there's no man present. I will not be that statistic. I will not leave my man just to collect some welfare check when the government don't take care of us in the first place. So this is why I'm struggling, because I refuse to give up on my family. I refuse to kick my husband to the curb just to get that little bit of advantage, which ain't much of an advantage because the government don't help you. I've watched it. I grew up in the system. I know all about the system. I know exactly what they do. I know how CPS workers are. I know how the entire government works. I am a product of a child being raised off of welfare from birth, and I'm still on it. It's a chain you don't break unless you do it yourself. And I'm bound and determined to break this chain. I don't want no help from the government. I don't want nothing from the government. I want to do this on my own. I'm just asking someone to help me with... The old saying goes, you give a man a fish, you feed him for the day. You give a man a fishing rod, you feed him for a lifetime. I'm just looking for that rod. And really, it's just that opportunity. I just need a home to place my family in. For crying out loud, my kids are 13 and 16, and they don't even know what the hell a childhood is. They've only known struggle. But I'm looking at it on the bright side. I'm looking at it on the side of faith. And I'll tell you what, God made me some strong boys. Emotionally, mentally, and physically strong boys. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of them. And we homeschool our kids too, because by God, I'm not letting the government corrupt my children. I don't know why I'm posting this, I really don't. I want my story out there. I know there has to be other families like me out there. Maybe not in the exact same situation, but I know your struggle. I know you guys struggle. I know there's people out there like me struggling. When will we get our break? I know the righteous path is narrow. I'm going to keep on walking it. I don't care how many obstacles I have, because I know if I keep on doing right, God will provide. A lot of the things that help me through too, I watch a lot of you, Pastor Marcus Rogers. You do give me strength. You don't understand how detrimental you have been in keeping me close to God. And Dax, thank you so much for your music. You keep my husband from wanting to commit suicide. I do appreciate that. He says ain't nobody else on this planet understands how he feels, but he feels like you do. And I appreciate that, Dax. Daniel, you really help me too. It's like you're inside me and my husband's head when you write your music. And I know you feel the same thing too, because we're not the only ones feeling like this. There's others out there, Dax. Your light keeps shining. You have helped us so much through these years. I do want to say that my 13-year-old a few years ago did try to reach out. He's like, Mr. Beast will help. Mr. Beast helps. Mr. Beast does this. You let my son down, Mr. Beast, and I'm not asking for you to support us in any way, shape, or form, but he had really, really high thoughts of you. He still watches you from time to time, but he's sent texts, emails upon emails and texts to you saying, Mr. Beast, can you help my family? We're homeless. Mr. Beast, can you help? And like I said, Mr. Beast, it's not your responsibility, but as a fan base, someone should have responded. Said, oh, hey, we don't do that kind of stuff, or something, You crushed it. At the time, he was only 11. You crushed him. I tried telling him that you can't respond to everybody, but after so many, he gave up. He figures you're just doing it for the money, not actually to help people. But I told him, honestly, that's what a lot of people on YouTube do. They're doing it for the glory of themselves. And I'm not trying to take shots at any YouTubers. I'm not posting for the glory of myself. I just want my story out there. I don't know if I'll post another video, to be honest. But people need to be heard. And again, I apologize for just the greenery. I don't do videos. I don't want my face to be on camera. I know how people like to misconstrue things. And I'm not anyone special. But in all honesty, I had my teeth pulled a year ago. It's been 1 year. I'm only 38. Well, I'll be 38 in a week and a half, but I got all my teeth pulled 2 weeks before my 37th birthday because I had an infection going to my brain. And after 8 months of that antibiotics, they said, Shannon, you got to get your teeth pulled. And I would have had them pulled long before then. I dealt 15 years with broken teeth because I didn't have the money to fix my teeth. Medicaid don't do that. Sure, you can go to a free clinic and get them pulled, but they don't give you anesthesia. They don't give you pain medicine, and I'm not wanting pain medicine. I don't even take it after I got all my teeth pulled. I didn't even take the pain medicine they gave me. I don't feel pain the same way others do. But Medicaid don't do nothing for adults unless you're a pregnant female. That's it. They want to keep us impregnated so that we can keep on popping out them babies for the government to control our children in the school system. That's why my kids aren't in the school system. I'm on to the government. I really am. Hence the reason why I think everything keeps on blocking me. I ain't gonna say the word, but I keep on getting C-blocked by the government. Got an electric bike because I don't have ways to get every time I try to get a car, deal slips out of my hand. Either I don't have the money at the moment or the car, they back out. So we said, screw it, let's get an electric bike, double-seater. Got that. Got to ride it from March till June. It keeps shutting down. It is an electric bike. Is the government somehow controlling that? We're trying to make sure I don't get up out of my rut I'm in? It's seeming an awful lot like that. I hate to think that it's the Truman Show, but with the way me and my husband's life has been, nobody would believe the things we have dealt with. Everybody would be like, there's gotta be something you're doing. There's gotta be. Nobody has that much bad luck. Unless you're not doing what the government wants. I'm doing everything anti-government. And I'm not anti-government. I very much believe in a government. I just don't believe in our government. It needs a reboot. We need actual people in office, not money-hungry, evil, soul-sucking people up in office. We need real Americans in office. We need real people. No one with emotional issues. Someone with a clear, level head. And yes, I do very much believe that it needs to be a married husband and wife in office. And it's not a shot against anybody. But the man is a leader. The woman helps him. It's not nothing against anybody. That's just my views. And I feel because of my views and my faith in God, my views on the government and my faith in God is what's got me in this rut. If I would comply with the government, if I would go get vaccinated for COVID, if I would go and throw my kids to the devil in the school system, if I would leave my husband and be a hoochie on the streets, I would have so much money right now, so much. I would have a car, I have gold chains, I would have everything right now. I'd have everything. I'd have a house given to me for free. I'd have a car for free. I'd have everything for free. And probably $1,000 in food stamps instead of a couple hundred to feed a family for a month. And I know that's so because I've seen it. I've seen women not marry their men, and them and their men both have their own food stamp cards, both with $500, $600 each. How? If you're not cheating the system, how are you doing it? And first off, you're not even supposed to have 2 food stamp cards in one household unless you're saying that you're living separately. And a couple ain't eating separately. A couple is a couple for a reason. Sorry. That was more of a rant at the end here. I'm just frustrated. I'm so frustrated. I want to start, my kids want to start our own business. We're all good cooks. We thought of several different things, Anything to get us out of this rut. It's not like we're laying down and doing nothing. I'm busting my ass. I'm trying to get my husband disability because he can't work. And we're stuck. My husband suffers from severe PTSD, multiple physical injuries to where he cannot physically work. And mentally, he can't handle being around people. His PTSD is so bad that he can't handle working in a work environment with people. If he could do something like Uber driving, he can handle that. But even then, if it's a day that he doesn't want to work. But that's the nice thing about Uber. If we had a car, he could easily, I'm not feeling good today. I can't do it today. And that would be okay. Because there's no boss to answer to. You call your own hours with Uber. That's something he could do, but we don't have a vehicle. We don't even have a place to live in. We're sleeping on the basement floor at someone else's house. Rest assured, my teenagers got bedding. They come. Their needs always come before me and my husband's. They're comfortable, but it's what they don't see on how I make it happen or how my husband makes it happen. It's those things that they don't see. But they see enough to the point where my 16-year-old and 13-year-old both want to get jobs so they can help me. Ain't that something? Ain't that something when my kids should be thinking of playing video games, thinking of hanging out with their friends? Instead, yeah, they think of video games. They do definitely play. But instead, they want to go get a job so they can help their mom. Like I said, I've got amazing boys, amazing. I couldn't ask for better kids. And even though my husband feels so worthless because he can't work, he doesn't understand how much of a rock he is for me. I don't care to be the one working, I really don't. Through sickness and through health, I swore I'd be there, and I always will be. That's what my vows are, and I swear by them. I swear to God by them. I will never give up on my husband, no matter how much he gives up on himself. And I'm bound and determined to put my family in at least a 2-bedroom place, so they don't have to worry no more. If someone can just point me in a direction, help me, just give us a chance. I don't know what good this video is going to do in helping that, but it's a shot. And one thing I do want to say is, anyone out there struggling like me, put it in God's hands. He'll guide you in the right direction. I know I might not seem like I'm heading in the right direction myself through the video. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who this is going to reach. But one thing I do know, I'm never going to lose my faith in God. Maybe someday I'll make another video to talk about the traumas through my life. The reason why I have such a firm foundation of faith in my God, Jesus Christ. I met him when I was 11. I know he's real. He saved me when I was 11. I know he's real. Maybe someday I'll get back on and tell you guys the story. But right now, I'm lost. I'm lost in the sense of I don't know which direction to turn. I know God's got me. I know he'll get me out of this. But right at this very moment, I'm only human. And I'm really worried. I'm lost. It sucks not having anybody. Right now, I do have an elderly couple that's been very generous in helping, but I'm scared to continue to let people help because it always brings trouble. It always brings some sort of, well, you should do it my way. I don't want to do it anyone else's way. I want to do it the way God wants me to do it. I'm not conforming to the government, and that's what people are wanting me to do. Well, if you don't do it this way, then CPS could get involved. Yeah, well, CPS has been involved. And you want to know what they told me? They extended the program with me, trying to help me get a home, and then they tipped their hats to me and said, well, good luck to you. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's our CPS workers. And I'm not, it's not a shot against them. They said I was an excellent mother. I'm doing the best I can. They just don't know what to say or do because there's really nothing they can do. They can't just put me up in a house. But I'm telling you right now, even CPS couldn't help me in my situation, so. I don't want no government help. I really don't want no government help. I just want someone to give my family a chance, rent a house to us, and I will prove it. And if it entails relocating, though we don't want to leave, we want to go to our town. I'm not in my town right now, but we want to go back home. But if God has other plans, then I will follow. If it means relocating, new job and everything, I'm praying on all this. I don't stop praying when it comes to this. If you listen to this all the way through, kudos to you, because I probably sound like a freaking wreck. All I can say is thanks for listening. And if this resonates with anybody, feel free to comment. Feel free to share your story. I know I'm not the only family out here like this. Biden's made the economy so terrible. I know homelessness is on the rise, not just for single people, but families as well. Just keep your heads up. We'll make it out of this. We truly will. I'll be praying for all you families out there that are struggling like me, or anyone. You don't have to be a complete family. You could be by yourself, and I'm praying for you. We'll get out of this. Have a good day.